Hello, hello, hello. I like that little beginning part where you said, "Oh, that's in the beginning part. We got it. I got you.
No.
I got you." All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is another quick. It's been like how long since the last episode? Like 2 days. That's a long time. I just missed everyone. I just was talking about Call of Duty all day about you guys, even though there's nothing happening at all. My name is Charlie. Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined once again by the beautiful, the gorgeous, the sexy Lena Dusty.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. We missed you last week. We talked so much for so little. We missed you. We missed you a lot. Welcome back.
I I I watched it after.
No, okay. Well, let's just get right into it. We got a long one. We finally got some games coming this weekend. You want to start off with the first topic we got here?
First topic, Champs been announced.
Yeah.
August 19th through 22nd.
Yes. So COD Champs has been announced. With this little cool little photo that they got. Glory isn't given. August 19 to 22, championship weekend. Only top 8 teams. We'll talk about the top 8. There's a problem with that with a lot of pros. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. Fans in attendance. Live at the Galen Center in Southern California, LA, Los
USA.
Angeles.
Yes.
Yes. You in Southern California. Awesome. I think that's it. Yeah, announcement of this. Okay. Anything? What's any next up? I guess is kind of important.
Stage 5 major
Made
plan with
yes.
attendance.
So before we do have COD Champs, Stage 5 major, the playoffs and everything will have attendance, and they had one thing to say from the CDL.
We back.
Oh, we back. Never left, baby. All right. We're just going right through all these topics right now. What's the next one?
Pros are unhappy with the format.
Yes. So the pros, a lot of pros have talked about it before, as well as, for example, recently on the Optic podcast, Scumpy has said that the way that the CDL makes the whole entire setup for Call of Duty is quite weird and not as great. So they don't want to play every single weekend with 1 week break in between. And Champs how Champs only has 8 teams, top 8 teams. If you're bottom 4 at the beginning of the year, or even like for for 2 stages, you're pretty much done, because it's set off on a what's it called, on one of those points. You need a certain amount of points to be able to play to get into champs. And most of the teams are like, if you consistently get bottom 4, you don't get any points, or you get small points, and you're pretty much like a quarter way of the season. You already know that you're not making it to champs, and that's why a lot of pros have that mentality of, we want everyone there to be able to play. That's what makes it fun. Upsets, like lower bracket team or lower team is like, oh, we want, like, we just climb it all the way, right? But obviously CDL don't want to do that, and I really think that they should maybe reconsider their format for next year or for years to come. But you know what? We can't do anything about it, because we're just people that spectate and not even like pros or anything, right? Yeah, that's what the pros have been saying. They aren't too content with how the format is.
Isn't that what they're doing with WL as well?
Yes, in
With
Overwatch League, it's a bit weirder though. It's I think Overwatch in the OWL, you said? No.
Yeah.
In Overwatch, it was more. It's their own way. It's different than from Call of Duty. So there's, for I don't know how the final champs for or worlds or whatever for Overwatch League is, because I don't
That one
remember.
I'm not
Is it
sure.
point based?
Oh yeah, it is point based. Yep,
It
yep.
is point based. Yeah. So they're I remember now. They're also doing the same thing. Um, but maybe it's different because they're newer esport, right? So they could do whatever fits their need. But for Call of Duty, it's been around since before time. So they would rather, like, for example, like what, like we just saw in the last major, Seattle Surge almost takes out Optic. They win the first game. They're bottom of the league, the last in the league, right? They win against London. They win against Paris, and then they go and almost beat Optic. That's already a miracle run in its own. And imagine those type in champs. That's just like, that'd be sick, right? But they would rather not. We do have this weekend the New York Subliners home series, week 1. Um, let me just quickly, before we get into that, let me just see what else we have to talk about. Oh yeah, we're just talking about all these things so fast, you know. Up next, we have is that we, as a community, are still waiting on Crimsix's video about the Hugh situation. He says on his Instagram, when someone asked him why it was taking him so long, he did state that there have been delays, but he has good reason for those delays, and they will all be revealed soon. So this better be some like juicy stuff. So the reason for the delay, what I think, is probably he's getting it like officially, like he won't be able to like get sued, or like he's having it protected, you know,
Oh.
protecting his statement and everything, so that like they can't come on sue him for saying something, or like something like that, something like lots of like big people stuff, you know. Like, I don't know, but we're still waiting on the situation and Crimsix side of the story. So this is like, it has to be so juicy. Like, we're gonna sit here, we're just gonna get some chips, some popcorn, we're just watch him talk. No, you probably have no clue what he's talking about, but I'm gonna be like, you know. All right, let's move on to the final thing of the day. Oh, I just closed that. No.
Predictions.
Predictions. Let's just get this over with so we can go and do some battle pass stuff for other show. So here, before we start off, we have the CDL standings. It's already like tied 11th with CL Surge, and then London, Paris, LAG, Florida, Thieves, Minnesota, Optic, Subliners, Ultra, Empire, and FaZe. Empire really jumped really high by coming in second in the last major. I'm pretty sure FaZe. Look at the amount between FaZe to Empire. 465 points. Empire 320. That's over 100 points between 100 and, let me do a quick math. 45?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 145. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. And then the next one is 320, which is Empire, and underneath that is 315, 310. So the second place team can either be Empire, Ultra, Subliners. And then we have Optic at 270, and then Rocker at 200. And then LA Thieves 180, Mutineers 170. I could see Mutineers pulling up maybe a top 6. Like top 6, or even upsetting Optic and making a top 7. Top 5, sorry. It's gonna be intense, eh? All right, I think it's time for us to do some predictions. Okay, we have FaZe versus the Ravens. Ravens, oh, man, with the last time they played London, they did not look too good. But the major before that, they played very well. I think the new players on the team, I don't know if they've gotten used to like big time games yet. But it's FaZe versus London. I'm gonna say 3-0. Has to be pretty simple, 3-0 against them. If this was stage 3 London, I might consider maybe a 3-1 for Atlanta, or maybe a 3-2. If that's like, if I was feeling good. But I think 3-0 for Atlanta FaZe. Next up, Chicago versus Paris. Chicago has to win this, right?
Right.
Like in our minds, we think on paper Chicago should win this, but we have seen Chicago lose to the worst of teams, aka CL Surge. And also Paris, I don't know. I've been cheering for Paris in Overwatch League, and I've been low key cheering for Paris and Legion on CD as well. I'm a big fan of Zapdius, just the player himself. Like he's that glue to like teams and stuff like that. And I think London Royal Ravens really messed up by letting him go. Even though he was on trial, they should have signed him, but they let him go. But I'm just gonna go Optic 3-2. I think this is a close game, and Optic fumbles it entirely again. Next up, we got Rocker versus LEG. Man, the purple crew. Purple on purple.
Let's go purple.
Purple, purple, purple. Oh, man. Okay, so LAG, we have that problem already. They dropped Chino, and then they bring in Mental, which is brand new. First time playing Call of Duty, like, live. I think Rocker wins this. I don't know. I feel like I think LAG. I think at the end, if they don't change anything now at the end of the year, they're gonna once Champs is over, they're just gonna get rid of their entire roster and change it up a bit. I think it's gonna be 3-1. I think LAG wins Search and Destroy. I don't know if they're gonna pick Miami, but Minnesota plays fairly well on Miami as well. But I think LAG might take the S&D on Miami. Miami. Okay. Next up, we have NYSL versus LA Thieves. Okay, so this is gonna be the debut for John. If you remember, we talked about John. He originally didn't want to sign with lower tier teams. He got many offers from lower tier teams, but he didn't want to ruin his stock. Then LA Thieves run into many problems. Huke problem. Then they have Slasher problem. Then they have Venom, Draza problem. And then, did they bring anyone else in? No, they just have Huke. Yeah. And then they got TJ Halley, problem. JCap changing every stage, problem. Nate Shot saying that he doesn't want it to change so much, but JCap tells him to trust the process. Bro, like the season's almost done. What do you got? Like, if I was Nate Shot, bro, I have no more trust in you. like they okay. It's poorly, as you could see. JCap maybe should not be the head coach of like changes and everything. Maybe he should be like an analyst of some sort. But I really don't know if LA Thieves will like pull off any type of win here. We do see John. I think John play. I'm gonna predict here. I don't know if it's a hot take. I think John is the only one on LA Thieves that plays well. Is that like a bad thing to say, or is that like fair, or is that like not really? What do you think? You probably know, but the thing, I can't ask you that because you haven't watched any of these guys, like any of these games except for like finals and stuff, right? So it's not really fair.
Yeah.
And highlights, you see highlights once in a while. I'm gonna say New York wins this 3-1. They have Asim back. He's in the States now. It's gonna be hype. Hydra, Mac, Clayster. That team is just really good. I really think that if I had to choose how the standings go, I think 1 is FaZe, 2 Ultra, 3 Subliners, and Empire. Okay, let's just move on here. Don't want to talk about this. Is just the first week. I don't want to talk too much, right? Then we have Atlanta FaZe versus Paris Legion. Didn't we just have this? No. Why is FaZe getting all the easy teams? Like, this is a 3-0, right? Another 3-0. I could see Paris taking one map, but I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. I could see it, but I don't think so. The Water Brothers, Florida versus Seattle. The Waters. I think Florida wins 3-1. 3-2. They'll give it Seattle 3-2. Octane played very, very well against Chicago. Optic single-handedly. Octane is just really good. I think Octane needs to get out of Seattle for him to like win. Cause like that's his nickname, the human turret. Just sits there and just kills everything. But his teammates just can't do anything, right? Next we have Empire versus Los Angeles. Empire should win, right? I mean, Empire should win, but I've seen Vivid play either super, super well, going triple positive, or super, super bad, going triple negative, especially on control maps. I'm going to say that Vivid plays well, especially if it's the last game of the day. It's going to be 3-0. Next up, the final day, we have LA Thieves versus London Royal Ravens. I'm going to say London finally wins a game. I'm going to say LA Thieves choke. Or not even choke, they don't even win. I'm not trying to hate on LA Thieves. Maybe because they're hype beasts. I don't like hype beasts. Off with hype beasts' heads. You know? But we'll just move on. Toronto Ultra versus Minnesota Rocker. Ultra should win this. This is another purple team. Why is there 3 purple teams? Why is there like... My eyes hurt from looking at this. Why do I see... I see like 8 red teams right now. What were you saying?
Because purple's best.
Purple is best. I do like it. I like Toronto Ultra's purple. That one looks nice. Like this type of purple down here on the gorillas. Like that purple is good. Minnesota's purple is okay. I think it's gonna be a 3-1. Oops, for Ultra against Minnesota, and then we have the final game of the day. This has to be a 3-1 for Subliners, right? Like I'm rooting for my boy Clayster here. I think it's gonna be a 3-1 for Subliners against Optic. And I think that's the predictions locked in for locked in. I already locked it in, guys. I'm not changing it. All right, guys. I guess everyone here is a little bit tired. Everyone here is a bit exhausted. I'm a little exhausted running back and forth. Forgot my helmet at hockey. Got to the rink for hockey. Forgot my helmet. I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I drive 20 minutes. I'm driving like pretty fast, like not super fast. I was trying to save. I was getting scared at some points. I was like, maybe slow down a little bit. So then it's like I was going like over like 10 or 20 over. Okay, I can't say that because you're American, so you probably think that's a lot. I'm going above the speed limit by a little bit. I guess you could say it in American ways, not by like. Well, it's 10 to 15 in my time in Canada's metric, but that's like. If I say 10 to 15, you think I'm going like so fast, you know? Miles per hour, right? No, we use kilometers per hour. How many miles is in a kilometer? How many kilometers in a mile? How many miles do you have kilometers? Never mind. All right, yeah.
Oh yeah, but kilometers per hour is
Yeah.
10 miles per hour.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to go back to like high school.
Because US we use miles per hour. Korea we.
Yes, you said you did that ending part we didn't hear.
In US we use miles per hour, and in Korea you use kilometers per hour.
Yes. It's only America that use miles per hour, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, right? I think that's gonna fucking cops just in the background. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's because you said you went over speed.
Oh shit, they're coming for me. They know that I don't have a license. I'm just kidding, I have a license. I think that's gonna end it off for us today. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I forgot my hockey helmet. I was just gonna end it off with like a half-talked story. Forgot my hockey helmet. Drove back 20 minutes to drive back home. Pick up my helmet. 10 minutes to drive back there. Got everything ready, changed, played for like 10 to 15 minutes. I was still pretty tired though. I guess I was more exhausted from just running around, but that's gonna do it for us today, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed the podcast of us talking about random stuff here. Mostly about CDL stuff. My name is Charlie. This is the beautiful, the gorgeous Lena Dudley.
Bye everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you guys in the next one. And next week, hopefully this weekend's games are good. But we will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.